Yep.
I do love taking a start.
Of course you can, mate. I'm with Cooper Benz on the broadcast, so.
Yep. We're just waiting for the 5 lights. Well, there are technically 10. As we got the lights on, and they go out, and we are away. Looks like a great start there from Barlow quite low down the field, as Owen has got a flyer of a start, gets past Panther already, and is having a look at Rocker Mad. They're going to be going side by side here. Owen's been hung out to dry a little bit by the Renault, so he's going to be tucking in, but Benz has had a lightning start. Panthers may be thinking about fighting back a bit on Rocker Mad as there's yellow flags in the background, as that is SSR Halo has had a disaster of a start. All the way down in last. Owen is now still in the back of Rocker Mad, but has used quite a lot of his ERS, and Benz, despite being 8/10 clear of the rest, has not really used much of his ERS at all. Alan may be thinking about a move on Craig. He got to the midfield a little bit. Nope, not close enough.
Barlow got an absolutely lightning start there. He just literally, I was watching him, he sort of faintly in the background, he absolutely flew off the grid.
Zach's Beat has had a better one though. He's up into Peen. Oh no, he's in a wall. Zach's Beat is in the wall. He's going side by side with Barlow, and they've made contact.
Back.
Oh, and Barlow's lost it as well. Both drivers, I don't know if they're affected by the same incidents or what, but they've dropped all the way down. Both got wing damage, and both in real trouble here. Zach's Beast as a penalty for his troubles as well. That is an absolutely disastrous start from them.
I don't know if the timing screen's gone all funny for you.
Yeah,
I've got Panther and Fempest in P1 and P2, and I'm sure that's not where they were.
Yeah, Southerner, I don't know whether you've maybe jinxed your Ferrari guys, but they are dropped quite some way.
Cooper Benz,
Scopes, Barlow, and Zach are all in the pits for damage. And Cooper Benz, what were you saying?
Just saying, Cooper Benz has got a brilliant start, and he's out of the DRS already, so that could be major. He can just keep out of the DRS. He can just literally drive off potentially, because Owen and Rocker Mad are going to be battling each other by the looks of it.
Yes, Panther has already picked up a penalty. That's the second of many, as Rocker Mad has managed to stay in the DRS. So, as Teddy's in the pits now, I wonder whether Teddy picked up damage as well. He's on the medium, so I expect he has.
Let's find some close
battles. A very early stop. As Cal Smith is now the leader of the medium runners. As I don't know if you want to get up position changes, go 2 to the left on detail for position change. To see he's had some blinding starts. OG James 96 has had the best start of all. He's on the medium tyres and he's up 8 places. That is crazy. But in the top 10, the only movers are Owen and Panther. That is...
Yeah, and one's gone up and one's gone down.
Yeah, that's really bizarre. Owen is really struggling to stay in the DRS of Rocker Mad.
Probably bog standard at Austria. If everyone gets away and no one can overtake, nobody wants to lose their wing. Settling out.
Turn on so tight as well. But yeah, right, as Benz has picked up a time penalty for corner cutting as well. It's really going to set him back and motivate Rocker Mad to maybe challenge.
I need to concentrate here because I don't want to put the penalties up again. There we go.
Rocker Mad is now right on the back of Benz as Panther's on the back of Owen. Panther's making a move on Owen.
Got it.
They're going side by side here. Panther gets the move before the corner entry and showing fantastic pace at the moment despite his penalty. As Craig and Leah are going side by side as well. Craig's made a move on Leah, but has let him back, so I don't know whether he's maybe outbroke himself a bit or what's happened with Craig. But he slowed right down for some reason. As Craig disconnected.
Panther's trying to get past. I have no idea. I'm on board with Panther watching this battle between Owen Howe and Panther. Panther's trying to obviously get past. That's what you do in racing.
Yep.
Obviously, like you say, it's very difficult to get past around this track. It's really difficult. What is my thing doing?
Yeah, I'm really intrigued at what happened with Craig there, because I don't know whether he had like a wheel issue or something, or what he was doing. Did he let someone go or something? As Alan is in for a very early stop. That's been interesting. Guess he's got damage.
He seems alright. I mean, Craig seems alright. There doesn't seem to be any issues.
Yep. As Fempest is making a move on SBHH here. Oh, as SBHH has outbroken himself and has lost his wing on Panther. He's having such a good start to the race, doesn't have any damage, and he lets Fempest go. He doesn't want to interfere with his race.
See it.
Yeah, that is disaster.
Hate to see it.
Disaster for the Alpha Tauris. Both cars receiving damage in the first couple of laps of the race.
Yeah, well, don't go on about it. No, I'm joking. Rubbing it in.
As Legend and Blaze are battling it out as well. Blaze gives him a little bit of battle.
Stuck with this battle here between. Well, I am on board now with Legend. I was just watching the battle there between Owen. He's Panther and Owen. Panther's pressuring his way to get past. He just can't seem to get past him. Like you say,
SBHH is in the pits.
Austria's a difficult place. So we've got 3 runners on hards now. So will they go to the end? 7? Do we think?
I think it'll be very difficult. Yeah, Panther let him through. A little bit of team orders there from the Mercedes boys, and I can understand why they've done it. Panther does carry that penalty, and they want Fempest to be as close to the likes of Benz as possible near the end of the race. But he has lost the back end, though, so it's going to maybe halt his charge of closing within the DRS of Owen. SBHH goes.
I'm wondering if the timings froze a little bit when I was on board with Rockamad and Cooper Benz, because it said that he was over 1 second, and it stayed the same for a little bit, and now he's back within that DRS.
Yep.
But like we say, it's going to be tough to overtake. Do you know what I mean? It's just going to be tough.
Yeah.
It's going to be a long race.
The Owen and Fempest one. That's because Fempest had a bad exit out turn 3. That's why. As Benz runs over the track limits again, I think he might have picked up another penalty, or at least another warning.
Oh, is Rockamad going to make a move? Sorry, just to cut you off there. Rockamad looked like he was going to make a move up the inside.
Both have a lot of ERS, so it's kind of just a straight fight here, really. Rockamad is going to go down the inside into turn 3, though. As is Fempest on Owen, but Rockamad kind of barges his way through a bit, and...
Great move there. Lovely switch back from Owen. Sorry, for Cooper Benz.
And they are going to still be battling it out now.
Oh!
This is good racing as Benz picks up another penalty. I saw he was on a straight there. I don't know quite how he got a penalty, but...
yeah. I think he just twitched. I think he twitched left to make a move, but twitched too far.
Yeah.
Good move there by Rockamad. Now Rockamad takes the lead, and we'll see if Rockamad's pace is going to take him away from Cooper Benz. He's already driven off out of the DRS. Has he got damage? Has Cooper Benz got damage?
Craig's lost it. Craig went off, and he's got a lot of dirt on his tyres. But I'm not sure about Benz, but he doesn't seem very quick at the moment. As Fempest picks up a penalty, yeah. I saw that one coming from a mile off into turn 1. He turned in way too early to Fempest and picks himself a penalty.
Just going to try and get on board with Cooper Benz to see if he's got any damage, because he's... Can't actually see. Doesn't appear to be any.
Zydred said nice squeeze, referencing Rockamad's move on Benz. It was very, 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 very robust move, I guess you could say. Barlow picks up a penalty. Halo's in the pits.
As they say, firm but fair. Firm but fair.
As SBHH, despite pitting already, is already in P12. So it shows just how many people are getting caught up in incidents early on. It would not be Division 2 without the front wing crews working overtime.
Wreckfest, yep. Fempest now is cruising up to the back of Owen Howe, and I think Fempest, he started in 6th or 7th, so he's made good headway, and he's slowly making his way through the fields.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wondering if he can get past Cooper Benz and then start tracking Rockamare down. We obviously know that Fempest has got pace. That's a lovely move. Is he going to get that done?
Oh,
he's gone past Owen. Oh,
little tap from Benz. Benz loses the back end a little bit. And now his teammates right behind him. Kind of be interesting here from the McLaren, see how they play this. Benz has let Owen go.
He's let him through. He must have. Has he got damage?
I don't think he's got damage. I just think It's going to be a mixture of tyre wear for Benz, I think, and it's also going to be his penalty situation. He's got 6 seconds of penalties, and Owen doesn't have any, and he knows that Owen needs to stay within 3 seconds of Fempest to gain another place, and yeah.
Cal Smith in 7th on the mediums.
Yeah, he's having a cracking race so far on the mediums.
Yeah, that's a good shout. He's up there. Whether he can, I'm not. How far do the mediums go?
I took them 21 laps, but they nearly got a puncture last night, so about 20, 21 laps.
18, yeah.
But my
that's
tyre
with a
wear's
puncture
garbage,
though.
though.
So
my tyre wear's garbage though, so I reckon these guys will be able to take them 20 laps.
Not really seeing the DRS train that we saw. When I was seeing the DRS train that I thought we would be seeing.
Well, there's been a lot of incidents, haven't there? Like,
well, yeah, that's
spread
true,
up the field a bit.
True.
We've got an Owen DRS train. We've got a Fempest on his own. We've got a
Fempest. I think the closest battle we've got at the moment is Blaze and Legend, so I'm going to stick on board with them.
They've been going at it for so long.
Yep. As they do, both are they both on the mediums? I believe they are.
Yes,
they are both on the mediums. But yeah, I mean the race has settled down nicely. Fempest in 2nd, he'll be happy with that. Especially starting from 6th, moving up to gaining 4 places. Is that due to people pitting Sam, or is he?
What Fempest gaining 4? Fempest gaining 4. Well, he made the moves on Owen, Benz, obviously. Panther, let him go.
Panther let him through, yeah.
Yeah, for example. So, yeah, it's all been moves on track as well. As now I think Benz might have realised that he's maybe made the wrong decision in letting Owen go. And
I was just thinking that myself, yeah.
And
yeah,
naturally, Benz has the better pace of the 2 McLarens.
So then, will we ever see a switchback? Because obviously now we're getting to, in a couple of laps' time, we're going to be getting a pit stop.
Yeah.
So if he's let him through, I mean, I don't know what this team strategy would be there. I mean, if Cooper Benz has let Owen through, and Owen spun it.
Oh no!
Anyway, so that's ended that.
Owen. I think he's escaped damage, and he's got to be very, very careful with cars rejoining the track. It's going to lose him so much time.
He's still there.
Yeah.
He's waiting. He's
waiting for Legend and Blaze.
Disqualified.
He's recovered fine.
Good driving there. Good safe driving there to come back on the track like that.
He's now got to dust off his tyres and.
Well, I mean, I guess that's what I was going to say to you there. I might as well finish what I was saying. Is that if Cooper Benz had let Owen through because he thought he was faster, but then isn't faster, the only fair thing would be to switch back, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, they've kind of done that with Owen's spin.
Yes, yeah. Maybe that's why he span.
But yeah, Owen's now got a lot of work to do. He does have no penalties, which is going to pay it's going to play into his hands nicely. But another person
also,
with no penalties is Rocket Mad.
Cal Smith up to 6th. Sorry, mate, go on.
Yeah, that's because of Owen's spin, that is.
Yeah, I know, that's what I'm saying. It pushes Cal Smith up another place on the mediums, which is what he wants. You want as less hassle as you can on those mediums, take it as far as you can, get on the softs.
Yep, and he's now maybe thinking about a move on Lear at some point. He's looking very, very racy as Cal on these mediums. Soft tyres are wearing very, very hard at the moment. They're getting right near the end of their life, I think. And
they must be. I mean, 12 laps, that's quite...
Yeah, you can take them about 16, 17, but they are absolutely shot at the end of the stint. And especially bearing in mind these guys have done a qualifying run as well.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. I'm going to go on board quickly flick on board to Dark Blaze because he's still just behind. He's got a lot of battery. Let's see what Legend's got. 79. He's made the move.
Yeah,
up the inside on his right hand side. He wants to get on the brakes quickly. He might. Legends might have the switchback, but no. Blaze has bided his time there and he's kept the position.
I think Legend's going to come back at him in turn 4 here. Yep.
Oh, a little bit of a tap there.
Yeah, Legend gets the place.
Gets it back, and he gets that back.
As interestingly, at the front, Fempes has now got within the DRS of Rockamad, as Benz is now pitted. Interesting to see what tyres he selects. I said what would maybe be a good go for him. He's gone onto the hards, and he did have wing damage. That explains his lack of pace. But he selected the right pace, so I don't know.
I mean, to be fair there to Cooper Benz, I mean, if he had damage there, then that will show his pace, because he was keeping up there. He wasn't falling back like you would expect.
But he's gone hard.
Fempes now is in right up behind Rockamad.
Oh,
they're going to be pitting soon, surely.
There's a little bit of contact between them. SPHH has kind of run off the road a little bit. But I think Rockamad and Fempes, that's what we need to be watching. Fempes is closed within the DRS of Rockamad. And
yeah. I was just quickly switching.
They're very, very nearing the pit stop phase here. Will Fempes put an undercut? Will Fempes try and put an overcut? He's got to get past him, and then he's got to pull 3 seconds on him at least. And that's easier said than done, really. It is kind of a class of 2 at the front as Panther comes into the pits.
I think he's got to pull the undercut. I think he's got to.
Maybe he wants to get some moved on the track.
He might have to run on him here.
They've both got no ERS at all. So the Fempes is just biding his time here.
Which probably means they're pitting this lap if they've used it all, because it'll rebuild a little bit in the pits.
Yeah. But yeah, where does Panther come out? That'd be interesting. Comes out in a very nice bit of clean air, I think.
Oh, good defending there by Rockamad. Just planted his car in the middle of the track.
Oh, I've just seen someone go. Legend is in the wall. Legend has spun it and is in the wall.
It's a shame I can't get on board with that. I'm on board with this battle here between Fempest and Rockamad.
Yeah, this is going to be going on for the entire race.
I don't know if he's really pushing for an overtake, Fempest, or whether he's just letting him know that he's there.
Yep. Rockamad feints to go into the pits.
They're both in the pits.
Yep, wise decision there by Fempest, seeing Rockamad's pit to go in himself. The key thing now is traffic. As Cal Smith has made it past Leah, as Leah has pitted. So Cal Smith does take the lead on his tyres. On Craig's followed in Rockamad, so he's going to get held up by the double stack. It's absolutely crucial for Craig's race. As Rockamad,
get a few of the end runners.
As Rockamad and Fempest now have a little bit of traffic in a second or two, so...
Oh no! That's so unfortunate for Teddy. Oh,
was he crashing pit
that's
entry?
really unfortunate. So, basically, Scopes was pitting, Teddy's hit the back of him and now had to go into the pit.
Oh, that's a shame.
That is absolutely terrible luck there for Teddy.
He's not had any at all so far this race. I think that's his second time he's in for a wing change.
Absolutely none whatsoever. Oh, that's really unlucky there for me. He just can't cut a break. Teddy seems to get such bad luck in races.
Yeah.
He's got the pace, but he just never works for him in the race.
As Czech said, that's the nature of the pits. Yep. Of course, generally it's quite a good thing to do to pull over to the right nice and early as you can, letting cars know that you're going into the pits. But it's very, very
it's a good battle here between Owen Howe and sorry, just to cut you off there. There's a great battle going on here between Zach's Beast and Owen Howe.
But Rockamad is going to make a move on OG James. This is absolutely pivotal for the race because it puts a car between him and Fempest. And if Rockamad can kind of bridge this gap a bit, then it's going to put him in a really good position.
Oh, OG James is coming back at him though. He won't want that. He doesn't want this battle.
Yeah, he maybe
it's
makes
all racing. It's all for position, so it's all fair.
Yeah, if there's a safety car, then OG James plays himself right into play with his mediums, but so does Cal Smith as well. I mean, these guys might have a bit of traffic to deal with. Some of the guys like Leah, actually he's going to catch up to Drastic Blaze, for example, and yeah, might mean that they could gain a lot of places near the end of the race. Fempest is now going to make an easy move on OG. Yeah, easy move. Really easy move.
Easily.
Just DRS overtake, and if he has a good exit, then OG should not coming back past.
Wouldn't have thought so, but that does give Rockamad as well, because he's obviously Fempest was in the DRS zone. He's not now, so that gives Rockamad a little bit more breathing space. It's going to mean that Fempest is going to have to push a little bit harder, use a bit more of his tyre life up. So you're obviously always going to use a little bit more when you're following a car.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, Rockamad does have, he does have quite a reasonable gap, but Fempest has a little bit more ERS, and they are at some point going to catch up to Cal. And the question with Cal here as well is, how will he fare on the soft compound tyres near the end of the race?
Yeah, he's going to be quicker, but it just depends on. I'm not sure. I mean, you'll be the man to, and he's picked up a time penalty, so I'm assuming that's more than 3 seconds, because he did have.
So Jesus picked up one. Yep.
I'm not sure what a pit stop is here, Sam. What is it? 20 seconds?
Something like that. It should probably put Cal, I'm assuming, kind of near with SPHH, considering that he was fighting with Leah, and Leah's going to have had a mega undercut on him. So Cal would be thinking about pitting, maybe even the next lap for the softs.
That's a long way to. It's a long way to take the softs.
It is doable.
To be competitive at the end. To be competitive at the end.
Yeah, I think that is true. Ben's looking reasonably good on his hards at the moment.
Oh, Ben's is on hard. I didn't notice that.
Yeah, I think he said that he was struggling with tyre wear on the softs, on the medium tyres, so wanted.
That must be a setup issue.
He's also a controller player as well, so.
On the pad, yeah.
Yeah, on the pad, you're going to get a lot more wear.
I missed. I was trying to click on that,
but Benz makes the move on Jurassic Blaze. Nice move there from him, but Jurassic Blaze is going to come back. But Benz does have the DRS, so makes the move up to 7th. And he is going to begin to play a bit near the end of the race, with the guys on the mediums dropping off on their tyres a lot more than he will be on his hards.
Yeah, definitely. He's definitely up there. I mean, I'm trying to figure out what he's behind. He's about 10 seconds, is it?
What, Ben's?
He is quite far. Yeah, he's quite far off, actually.
Yeah, but he's quite close to Leah, so that's going to be a battle to look out for at the end of the race. As Rockamad feels a lot more comfortable on these mediums and is doing very, very well to not pick up any penalties as of yet. And is
Scopes and Bean are going at it.
Oh, hello.
Slugging it out for P15 and 16. We like to see that racing all round.
Yep. As OG James does go into the pits. As Bean picks up a penalty, he goes very, very tight into the corner. Yeah, he went very, very tight into the corner behind Scopes, and yeah, Scopes and Bean are on the same compound of tyre and the same life, so
yeah, we like to see racing no matter where it is on the track. But now, Sam, it all seems to be gaps of 1.6 seconds, 1.4, 2.1. Not really. No one's really close to each other enough. No one's in the DRS. Apart from Alan and Craig.
Oh, OG, he said he got a puncture. That's a very early puncture. That's a reasonably early puncture. And does that maybe raise awareness for the guys who are on maybe a bit aging mediums?
Wait, what did OG James start on?
He started on the mediums. So he got a puncture about lap 19 or 20. It is possible, it is. That is kind of when they enter puncture range, so at least for me, that was.
Craig's had to go wide. He's had to pull out of It was a bit of a ding-dong battle with Dark Blaze, and he had to pull out.
Yep. As Cal Smith is now being overtaken by a Rockamad. These two have had a couple of incidents in the past, so I don't know whether Cal's going to make it too easy on the Renault driver. But I think his tyres are just absolutely shot. And he's in his own race. Cal, he knows that he'll come back at some other guys, but not these guys at the front when he pits onto his soft compound tyres.
No, unless there's a safety car, which
Well, yeah, of course, what do you do if there's a safety car and you've already pitted?
Well, there's going to be no fresh softs unless you were out before Q2. So...
Yep. It's Cal, I'm kind of expecting to be pitting. Yep.
Did OG James just pit?
Yes, he got a puncture. As I said, like that's why. That's
pitted on. He's put hards on.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for him to make the softs to the end. I guess he probably thought, oh,
well,
I'll play it safe.
I mean, the top runners pitted on lap 14.
Yes,
and that's with.
But obviously they went on to the softer tyres. I think that's OG has gone off and he's in the wall. So he's going to have to put the softs on now. Drops all the way down, pretty much nearly last, and somehow there's no retirements, but...
Needs to get that car moving. Go on.
Yeah. He's got a 10-second exceeding track limit penalty for staying off the track for too long.
There could be a safety car here if he doesn't hurry up with that.
Yeah, LSW Legend has a great bit of spray of dirt in his face. As Cal's come out 7th, so SBHH, I think, will have to make another pit stop. Probably onto the softs in the next couple of laps. But Cal Smith currently running in 7th and is going to be a lot quicker than the likes of Benz, Leah ahead of him, for example. Could maybe make a couple of moves, but does need to bridge a bit of a gap to Craig because Craig is penalty free.
Everyone's out the DRS zone. Come on, boys. The only real battle-ish that we've got going on is...
the pits. What's the real battle?
Cal Smith. He's potentially here within a... I mean, he's going to coast up to the back of Cooper Benz pretty quickly.
Yeah, absolutely.
If he can skip past... Well, no, he's not going to be able to shout. Could he... realistically get to the podium, do you think, Sam, or is that a bit too much?
Depends how quickly he gets his moves done. Ben does a lot of ERS and he is a very, very smart racer, Lord to Will, as Leah does pick up a penalty. So Ben is certainly not going to make it easy for Cal, but I expect him to maybe get up to P4. I'm doubtful on whether he can get up to P3. That might be a bit of a stretch, but...
Possibly, yeah. What?
Certainly doing very well at the moment. It's Cal, and he should set the fastest lap of the race by a country mile, and does. He's used every single last drop of his ERS, though.
Just talk to him a bit, Sam. Just...
As Benz is now just coming to lap Teddy, who is on a fresh set of softs, so... Teddy's maybe even looking to, like, unlap himself from Leah. Leah's ERS is 50% at the moment. As Zach picks up another penalty, and currently we are on board with Cal Smith, and he is absolutely romping towards the likes of Benz and Leah and Panther. As Teddy gets the penalty for ignoring the blue flag, as he is...
Sorry about that, Sam. Just had to make sure there were no children in the stream.
Yeah, Teddy's unlapping himself off Leah.
Always. Which is entitled to do.
Yeah, as long as he doesn't compromise Leah's race.
Completely.
As his yellow flag is set to 3. I think that's...
Who is it?
I think that's either OG or Drastic Blaze might have had a bit of an off.
Was that Craig was in there as well, wasn't he?
I think it was just someone on their own.
Cal Smith is motoring. He's really quick. He's caught up 4 seconds in about 2 laps. So off the podium, 7, 3, 5, 6 seconds. I mean,
Owen's made a move on Halo. Missed that. And SBHH is making a move on Halo too, and
they're all at it.
Softs. Yeah, good move from SBHH. He's going to maybe look to get past Owen, but Owen does have no penalties. And Alan gets through on Halo as well, so his old hard tyre is really in rough shape at the moment.
Halo went in a bit deep. A bit of action, Sam, at last. Cooper Benz is
as
up
his yellow
next to
flag
Lear
and
as
someone's
well.
gone off the track. I think that's just OG letting everyone through.
SPH could be looking at getting past the McLaren driver. That's your McLaren, are you, Sam?
Yep. Yep. So we're on board with your driver, maybe looking to make a move on my driver, and
Yeah. No
Owen
bias
does
here
still have no
whatsoever.
penalties, and yep, SCHH. Wow, what a move! Fantastic.
Yeah,
Oh joy!
nice,
Oh
nice.
joy!
Nice move there by SPH. We like to see
Yeah,
that,
it
but
was a
like you
nice
say,
move.
but like you say, Owen might not be putting up much of a fight because obviously with the no penalty situation, so
And he
there's
does
no
have,
point.
and he
in,
does obviously have a lot worse tyres than SPH8 has at this moment.
Exactly,
Speaking
yeah,
of
there's no
tyres,
point.
we have 3 different people on 3 different sets of tyres in P4, P5, and P6 of Leah, Benz, and Cal Smith. As his yellow flag in sector 3 as OG has retired in the pit lane.
Oh, Alan's gone past. Why does that not always?
Yeah, that's a move in the second to last corner. Very, very sneaky from Alan. As Benz is maybe going to think about a move on Leah. Benz's tyres are going to be getting...
He's just tapped Leo, and that's
didn't need
going
to do that.
Cal Smith might even get the overtake done right now.
Benz has DRS though, so...
Oh, yeah, no ERS from Cal Smith. So he's burnt for all of that. I mean, I don't know why he would have burnt for that. He would have
Try and catch up with these guys as quickly as he
caught
can.
up with them. Well, I mean, you're going to catch it. Probably would have caught up with them quick enough as it was anyway, without the ERS.
Yeah, it's an
But
interesting
he's
one.
got nothing
But
to
Alan
through.
is fighting with SPHH here now. Alan does make a move up. He's got up into P8. He's having a very good recovery drive, is Alan.
I don't know where he started. What's the? Is it detail to the left twice? Is it?
Alan started in P9, but I think he had an incident earlier on in the race and he got damage or something, so... Great recovery, as I said, as Cal's making a move on Benz. Going to be going side by side here.
He's done it. Oh no, I'm not on it.
Benz is
I thought I
fighting.
was on it because my cursor was on it.
Benz is fighting back, and he hold it around the outside. They make a slight bit of contact, but Cal gets the move done and can now set his sights on SLR Leah. Great move from Cal.
Cal Smith's he's going for driver of the day, I think.
Yep, 8 places. He's having a mega drive. But who else is having a mega drive? One of the very few drivers with 0
Sega.
penalties in P1. Rockamad 73. Him and Fempest are miles clear of the rest there. And,
Yeah, they
and
just driven off.
Rockamad doesn't have his penalty, obviously, and has controlled this race from start to finish.
Seems
Don't know
to
how his
have been a
warning
bit of a
situation is.
quiet one, isn't it, Sam? It's not been action-packed like I thought it would have been.
Yeah, there's just been a few
Get
people
off
having
that.
incidents on their own, really.
Yeah, let's split the packs a little bit. Wonder if Fempest got anything. Whether he's going to mount a late attack on Rockamad, or whether he's just building points now. He must be. Well, Cooper Benz is coming back at Cal Smith.
Oh, yes, he is. Cal's touched up behind Leah, and obviously Ben's nearly made a move on Leah, so Ben's clearly has the pace on the Alfa Romeo driver, and that's allowing him to get really close to Cal again. So, could Benz maybe be trying a move here, despite his older tyres?
I mean, maybe Cal Smith has completely raced his tyres into the ground, but I mean, he's getting closer to Leah. Leah's on mediums. I mean,
And he's making a move into
sent it up
turn
the
1. He's
inside.
absolutely sent it,
Great
and he sent
move.
Leah wide,
Lovely
though.
move.
Oh, I'm not too sure about that one myself. It was right on the limit. I mean, the gap was there,
Yeah.
but he did shove him off the track a bit. And that
At
is going to
least
invite Benz as they are
Coming
going
back,
at it.
so
Yeah, Leah does have the DRS, and Cal has no ERS. So he is going to fight back and re-overtake him. Cal's now maybe trying around the outside. Around the outside. They make contact again. I mean, vintage Div 2 racing.
Just waiting patiently, hoping that they'll just take each other out and he can just drive past them. But it's not happening. Good driving-ish. Maybe Cal Smith was a little bit aggressive, you know, in the first corner, but coming back again with no ERS.
Yep, and this time he doesn't have to do a massive dive bomb, but he does cut the corner. But Leah is going to come back at him again. Ben's is probably watching this thinking,
no ERS.
Ben's is probably watching this thinking, what on earth are you guys doing? As he hits Leah himself. So as if there wasn't enough contact with that battle, Ben's made it even more contact. As Bunny has said, I'm nervous, referencing, I presume referencing his friend Rockamad in the lead, maybe picking up another victory. And what would be his first victory on track.
I don't think Fempes can catch him. It's all down to penalties now and how many penalties people have got. I mean, judging by the fact that he's not pushing and they're both just staying where they are, they obviously know where they're going to finish, potentially.
Yeah. The one that is hard pushing, though, obviously, is Cal Smith, who has his fresh soft tyres. Well, I say fresh soft tyres, they're not fresh anymore. And is going to maybe try and close up to the back of Panther. It's going to be difficult, but might be able to do it.
I mean, we might as well get it in early, so let's all driver of the day votes. Who have we got? I mean, it's...
Oh, Owen picks up a pen. It's the last thing he needed. He was quite close to a couple of guys ahead of him who did have them.
It's been a pretty strange race, Sam.
Yeah.
Not really much has happened, to be honest. I was expecting it to all be action-packed, you know, like Div 1, and it's all been a bit of a procession, to be honest. There's been a few incidents.
There's been a few overtakes, but I mean, like near the front,
there's been a few overtakes.
Near the front, nothing's really happened too much.
No. But we could... Cal Smith could potentially... probably... He's probably got too much to make up.
He is closing in, and he is bringing Leah and Rockamad.
You don't know what penalties Panther's got, though. I mean, if Panther's got more, you know, more than 3 seconds more than in penalties, then...
Yeah, then obviously Cal would get him. Let's find that out at the end.
Rocker Goat. Does this bit... Are they putting their driver of the day votes in there, or... I'm going to go on board with SPH, because he's close to... Cat's meowing. Probably the closest battle we've got going out there, Sam. SPH. Alan,
yep.
Fighting. Alan's got no penalty. I mean, no penalties. But like you say, I mean, we don't know how many. We don't know what penalties the top 6 have got. Rockamad obviously hasn't got any, so he's pretty much guaranteed the win. But we don't know what the penalties are down from that, so
yeah, it'd be really interesting. Cal, I think, could maybe catch Panther, but I think Panther's just about got enough in hand to stay ahead of Cal.
Yeah. So the way that it swings with the penalties could be the most exciting thing that's happened in the race.
Yeah.
So they're going for, we've got Cal Smith, driver of the day, Rockamad. I don't know if you want to have a little count up there. I think there's only 2 votes, so
yeah.
if we don't get any, any more,
go left twice to position changes, so we kind of get a flavour of who's done what and who's made up moves. Because that's a better way of deciding who's driver of the day. Scopes and Bean are battling at it again. action. They're side by side,
and
they've been side by side for what feels like forever. Stokes is going to go down the inside of Bean, loses himself up into P13, but Bean is fighting back. Scopes cuts across him, and Bean has to back out of it.
But anyway, let's go on board with the race leader because he's on his last lap.
Yeah, absolutely. As Leah's making a move on Cal, is he? Yes, he is. Leah's at the inside of Cal, on the outside of Cal.
No, Cal's taking it back. Okay, we're going to skip going here because Rockamad's going to win. We know Rockamad's going to win.
No, go on board. No, go on board. Benz is maybe thinking about a move on Cal, and I think that's that with those battles. So go back to Rockamad. They're not going to change at all those positions, or are they? Benz is.
It's too late now.
Benz and Cal have hit each other, and Rockamad crosses the line to win. Fantastic drive, dominant drive from Rockamad. And yeah, Benz has spun out. Fempest takes P2. Panther is going to take P3 on track, but how is his penalties? Same as Fempest. And he keeps it. Cal's now, with his penalties, lost the position to Craig.
Furious.
And Benz, how's his pens? Looks like he's got quite a lot. He loses the place to Alan.
SPH gets a 3-second penalty there at the end just for good measure. Teddy sets the fastest lap on the last lap of the race.
There's a little
105.
bragging rights for Teddy. And yeah, Owen manages to sneak a point as well. But yeah.
Oh, by the way, sorry, I just noticed that Craig has slipped up to 5th. Didn't notice that. Or did he? I didn't know Craig was up there. He's gone up to 5th. He wasn't with that battle, was he?
Yeah, that's because Cal and Benz hit each other on the final lap, and Craig had no pens, so Craig got up to P5.
I don't know if... So we've got Rockamad. I think Rockamad...
I'll get them in the party. I'll get them in the party.
Yeah, I think Rockamad... you could do all the interviews if you like, mate.
Sure.
You're good at that.
But yes, it is Rockamad, Fempest, Panther, top 3. Renault, Mercedes, with Rockamad taking, on track at least, his first victory in SLR. Of course, he did win in France, but I'm sure he'd much rather a win not in the steward's room than a win in the steward's room. A win is a win, but obviously it is that bit sweeter when you cross the line P1. 0 penalties, 100%. One of very few drivers to manage that. Another one who did manage no penalties was his teammate. But of course, SLR Fempest ending a little bit of a rough streak, you have to say, for the championship leader. Gets himself back on the podium. And SLR Panther qualifies P3, finishes P3. So...
Tree.
So another good drive there from Panther, back on the podium himself.
Good result for the Mercedes lot again. They seem to be absolutely flying away. Joint constructors.
However, you say that, but Renault P1 and Renault P5, I don't know, but that may make Renault and Mercedes separated by something like 5 points or so. So the fight is certainly not over, and I'm sure we'll talk to them about that and other things in our interviews. So we're going to start off with P3. Which is SLR Panther. Austria, you've said in the past, is one of your strongest tracks, and you're back on the podium after a poor race in France, and back to the rostrum. So, how do you feel with your drive today?
I'm pretty happy. I mean, I did absolutely 0 practice all week, so I wasn't expecting too much coming into the race, to be honest. I think the wet Q3 there kind of suited me. I just managed to get one good lap in, and the track obviously got more wet as it went on, so nobody was going to improve after that. So I was happy with my quality position. The race, obviously, kind of same as my Canada result. A couple of the boys in front, obviously, make mistakes. I saw Owen spin. I think Benz had wing damage, so benefited from that. So happy. Well, obviously not for him, but happy I managed to kind of benefit from it. So yeah, happy. Obviously delighted share the podium with Ozzy for the first time this season as well. So yeah, good race for Mercedes.
Oh yeah, of course, because you got very, very close to sharing the podium in Canada with your first victory. So it appears that when you have a good race, Panther, your team has a good race as well, and it is good to see you both on the podium together. First race of the season, you said, and now onto the P2 driver, SLR Fempest. Well, it's been a little bit of a wait since the last time you got a podium, mate, and finally back in a very, 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 very controlled drive, very, very mature drive to get yourself up into P2. Happy with P2, or do you think you maybe could have pushed for the win?
If I hadn't have got a silly penalty, I might have pushed a little bit more. But at the end of the day, after weeks of bad races through either bad decisions from myself or from idiots on track, I thought with a time penalty, I better just take it easy and bring it home in P2. So well happy with that. Just buzzing that me and Panther are both on the podium at the end of the day. Wet quali caught me out a little bit. Could have done a little bit better there, but yeah, overall brilliant race. Really enjoyed that.
Yeah, you made some nice moves, capitalising on others' mistakes, and yeah, another thing, like penalty situation in the end really for your position didn't overly matter, as you had quite a big gap to the guys behind you, showing some good pace for sure. So all things considered, happy with your result.
He's taking the sandbags off now, isn't
I just stayed out of the way of certain folk, and that's what happens in this league, in this division. You stay out of the way of certain people, and you'll get a result, which is quite true. Obviously, you need to be as low on the penalties as you can, but yeah, no, like I say, buzzing to be P2. But it's been a long time coming to get back up on the podium again.
When was the last time you were on the podium, Dorsey? Can you make that my asking?
It's only about France, was it?
No, no, I think it was.
No,
I think it's Netherlands.
That,
I think it's Netherlands is the last time you got a
Could be.
podium.
Sam will know.
Could be.
Yeah,
It could well be. I mean, I finished.
yeah.
I won
Good
Spain
anyway,
on track,
mate.
but got shafted, didn't I, by pens and whatnot. So it weren't Spain as such. I think it might have been Netherlands, but yeah, it's just good to be up there. I've needed some points to build that gap at the top again. It got closed right down to like 3 points, and it was at like 29, so it was much needed.
Yeah. Good
Like I said,
result.
Dorsey, it's good for the neutrals watching, mate.
Yeah, not good for my ego though, is it? The polish.
And now onto the P1 driver. Well, I think I heard someone in the chat say it's kind of like London buses. You wait so long for one, and then you get two in a row. That's been your case with victory. You got your first victory in France, and I followed that up with a driver of the day worthy performance, getting your second victory in Austria. So, first of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
First time you're in the podium interviews as a race winner as well. And second of all, how do you feel? How do you think your race went?
Well, it was a little bit stressful on the first stint. Dorsey was pushing me along nicely, and I had to push quite hard to get past bends. But overall, I went into the pit stops just ahead of Dorsey. We both, I think, rinsed our ERS. It was pretty close. But yeah, and then I got a good exit out the pit lane, and I just pushed ahead and tried not to look back.
Yeah,
Very
of course,
nice to
picked
win
up.
on track.
Yes, exactly. Of course, picked up 0 penalties as well. Just did you expect that? Is that something you'd maybe prepared for, or do you just feel comfortable enough for track to manage it?
I got one warning, I think, in the first couple of laps, and then that was my aim, was just don't get pens, pretty much. And I think me and Dorsey pretty much had the same pace. We were both burning ERS throughout. So I was just maintaining the gap and not going for pens and not trying to spin like I usually do.
And yeah, well, of course you've had numerous pole positions, P2s, P3s in qualifying this season, but it's kind of taken you a little while to convert that into some good race results. We all know that you're one of the fastest in this division, and after a couple of race wins, I guess the question is, can you maybe translate this into maybe a good run of form, potentially get higher up in the championship? Do you think, despite your slow starts to the season, that something like the championship or something close to that is possible?
Well, we'll have to see the next couple of races go, but the next run of tracks from now until pretty much Japan are really good tracks. So I'm looking forward to them. And obviously Silverstone next, so everyone will be buzzing for that. So, I'm not discounting the championship yet, but it's just nice to get a win and then a win in 2 in a row and actually convert, well, not a pole, but a front row position to and not spinning.
Yeah, absolutely. That is, of course, the number one thing that is ideal to avoid in a race. I'd say personally, crashes are less than ideal.
Yeah, they don't help.
And yes, check in the chat saying he loves hearing your voice on the stream after you got yourself a mic and stuff.
That's cute.
I seem to remember.
Yeah,
I seem to remember you've kind of been known as Mr. Anonymous, really. Not having your mic and everything, even in a couple of podium interviews we've been involved in.
Yeah, I managed to dig one out somewhere, and hopefully it clearly works, so I can't complain.
Yeah,
we'll get to hear my lovely voice now.
it is wonderful to hear, and as a race winner as well. And yep, I think that's all we got time for, unless you want to add anything, Dolphin.
I'm just going to say Rockamad as well, driver of the day.
Brilliant, thank you.
I don't think you mentioned that, so yeah, good race by all. It was a bit of a strange race. Wasn't as action packed as we thought it would be, but there was quite some good overtakes. But yeah, well done to the top 3 and well done to Rockamad. Good race.
Yeah,
one,
and
thanks.
thank you all for watching.
boys.
And
Well done.
the next race will be most people's home Grand Prix in the league, Silverstone. So look forward to that.
See you on the podium in Div 3. When I'm doing the interviews, obviously it won't be me on there, but
As long as Renault's P1, it's fine.
Dolphin, I'll have to get you on comms more often because anytime we've gotten the podium, you've been commentating, so you're obviously a lucky charm of mine.
obviously.